Okay, so our video notes today will be dealing with classifying types of triangles by angles, by sides, and then a few other things about triangles. Most of this you will have seen at previous points, but I just want to get through it and make sure we have everything here. So if a triangle has 3 acute angles, we can call it an acute triangle because all of the angles are acute. If it has 3 congruent acute angles, it is equiangular, equiangular, equiangular. It means all of the angles are equal to each other or they're all congruent to each other as well. So if it's one obtuse angle, it is an obtuse triangle because it's impossible for a triangle to have 2 obtuse angles. So if it has 1, we consider the triangle obtuse. The final one is if a triangle has a right angle, we call it a right triangle. Pretty straightforward. Now we'll talk about classifying triangles by sides. If it has 3 congruent sides, we call a triangle equilateral. That's equilateral, equilateral. That's again saying all of the sides are equal or congruent. If it has 2 congruent sides, we can call it isosceles, isosceles, isosceles. That's saying it has 2 congruent sides. If it has no congruent sides, we can say it is scalene, scalene. It is a scalene triangle. Our triangle angle sum theorem says that the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. In the figure at the right, we could say that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180. So all 3 of these angles will add up to get us a sum of 180. For our exterior angle theorem, it says that the measure and exterior angle of a triangle, that's this DCB there, angle 1, is equal to the sum of the measures of the 2 remote interior angles. So in this triangle on the right, we could say that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B equals the measure of angle 1. So as we mentioned on the other side of the paper, an isosceles triangle is a triangle with at least 2 congruent sides. Angle 1 up at the top is what we call our vertex angle, which is formed where the 2 legs meet. This is called our vertex angle. Angle 2 and angle 3 are called our base angles. They are the ones formed by the base and 1 leg. Below we have 2 theorems. The first one is our isosceles triangle theorem that states if 2 sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite those sides are congruent. This one is one we're going to be using a lot. And the other one says if 2 angles of a triangle are congruent, then the sides opposite those angles are congruent. These are converses. We will prove these later on. Hope you have a good weekend.